Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is day 4. We will learn software testing technique. So make sure to watch the video till the end and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for upcoming lesson. Okay, so software testing technique. These are two important software testing technique used in a manual and automation testing. There is a two type of software testing technique. One is white box testing. Second one is a black box testing. So white box testing is a technique where the tester has a code knowledge, okay, and the test the internal code, logic, and structure of the application. The white box testing is also called is like clear box testing, glass box testing, open box testing. The feature of white box tester non source code, focus on internal logic. This testing mostly done by the developer because the developer tests the internal code, logic, and all things during the development of the any features, okay, and the check code path conditional loops. Let's suppose the example, if in code like they are confirming and checking the internal logic, like the password is admin123, then it will be login successfully. If the password is not matched, like admin123, it's not matching, then it will be failed, means print invalid. Okay, so this is a code that developer test internally. So in white box testing, tester checks only condition coverage, code execution path, loop behavior, internal logic. And in black box testing, the black box testing mostly they have to check whether the functionality working properly or not without knowing the internal code. Means in white box testing we need to know the code of internal logic, how it's built, how it will be work, and what is the logic behind in a feature. But in black box testing we will not check any code, we just check the functionality whether the application working accordingly, and we will check the behavior of the application. Okay, tester only verify the black box testing like input, output, and system behavior. The feature of black box testing: no coding knowledge required. In black box testing technique, focus on functionality like whether the applications develop as per the requirement and the actual behavior is coming, okay, which the client is required. Mostly done by the tester and test user requirements. Okay, and example for login page: correct username or password. Okay, if the username password is correct, login successfully. If the user password is wrong, it would be throw the error message. Okay, so we will check the actual behavior of the application in this technique. So tester does not check the internal code in black box testing. There is a difference of white box testing between black box testing. So white box testing like internal code is visible. In black box testing, internal code is hidden. We just check the feature whether the application working properly, and we will check the actual behavior of the application. White box testing mostly done by the developer, black box testing done by the tester. Require coding knowledge in white box testing. In black box testing, no coding knowledge required, but we must require the all software testing knowledge to done this testing. Test code logic in white box testing and test functionality of the application in black box testing. Focus on implementation part, and here is a focus on requirements, means as per the requirement the application is behavioral or not. Okay, that we will test in this two technique, whiteboard and black box testing. Like real example we can see that. So ATM machine, as per the black box testing technique, the user will insert the card in machine, enter the pin, whatever pin you have created, okay, so and withdraw the money. If the ATM pin is valid, then money will be withdraw. Okay, check the output, means if the user insert the card, enter pin like 1234, suppose the example, and the user want to withdraw the 2000 amount, and check the output. If pin is correct, withdraw process will be work, and the user will get the money from the ATM. Okay, so no need to know the code in black box testing technique. But in white box testing, the verify pin validation logic, means internally the developer will test the logic of the verify pin validation whether it's working or not. Check the database calls. validation transaction code flow. Means the pin they will validate means like I am a user. If my password is 1234, but my ATM card is suddenly other person is got and they will use, and they entered the pin, any wrong pin. During the wrong pin, the ATM also working. So that internal logic the developer will validate positive and negative with the positive and negative scenario, and check the database calls. So the internal logic of the code they will check in white box testing. Simple like in interview definition, white box testing internal code structure and logic of the application, but in black box testing application functionality without knowing internal code. So in black box testing, the internal code means to the tester does not know the internal code, but in white box testing the developer should know the code logic, whether he worked in any features, okay, whether the all things working correctly or not. So these are technique we are using in software testing, like the white box testing and black box testing. So there is a static testing also. Come to the picture. So static testing is a technique where we check the software without executing the code. In static testing, no application will be run, no code execution, only review and verification. Means the static testing, mostly we will verify the all document, whether what we have to plan to build the application and what the requirement is there in during the static testing. So the all document we will test, it's called as a verification testing also. Means we will verify the all document. Purpose of the static testing, find defect early if there are any issues in the requirement, so we can detect early phase, improve the code quality as well, and reduce the development cost in statics testing. Okay, so means conduct on document to ensure correct and completeness, requirement review whether the or requirement is properly written in the document, design things, code things, test plan, test cases. So means the all required document, everything we will verify in static testing. Okay, and there is some including the testing techniques. Okay, like why what is the most type of thing we are using in static testing. So there is a review part, come to the picture, walkthrough, and the inspection and static code analysis. So the review means checking documents code manually, the all documents we will verify. Okay, and code will check manually, we will not run execute any code, we just see the requirement document, whether we will capture the all things correctly, there is no mismatch, there is no issue in the document. So these all type of things we will check in a review phases of the document. Okay, so in the review only, other will be there who have scanned the documents, okay, and check the entire things. The second thing is a walkthrough. Walkthrough is the author explain product to the team. Means application developed a feature. Okay, like e-commerce website developed a feature. So the product manager or the product master, anyone can create a call with all entire things. Mostly developer, tester, customer will be included there, and author explained the product to the team. So this feature I have built, this is the scope of this, is the feature in the application. So this type of agenda we explain in walkthrough goal only. In inspection is a formal defect checking. So in inspection it's a pre-planned process. It's a most formal review type. In this they have to send the email to the all required team. So like developer, tester, manager. So in which the all people will sit together in the same call and discuss the all things. So inspection it's a very pre-planned and formal meeting. So this is a proper schedule which will be intimate via email to the concerned developer and tester. Means what thing we have planned to develop, and what a required thing is required in software development life cycle during the phases. Okay, so this type of thing is required in inspection. But static code analysis, like it's a tool based code checking, so they check the code. Okay, now example we will check. So the example is requirement documents. They will verify the requirement documents. They will test entire thing in a requirement whether the all thing is captured correctly or not. Design documents, source code review, test cases review without running the application, means they will not execute any single test cases on the application. They just verify the all entire thing in a documents. Okay, but in dynamic testing, the dynamic testing means testing by executing the application. The actual thing we will test in dynamic testing. Example, unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and UAT. Okay, so these four type of testing we will perform in dynamic testing. So dynamic testing software will be ready, coding part will be done, so the test software directly tester will test, means the coding part is done. The developer is sent the feature to testing team, and testing team will perform the testing on this feature. Okay, but there is some testing by the developer also. So in this dynamic testing, the four type of testing. In unit testing, the developer will concentrate on testing the code what we have written. They will test the unit of testing. Okay, so it's called a unit of testing. In integration testing, they will integrate multiple module and multiple component in the software, and they will check whether the data flow is working properly or not. Means, let's suppose the example, I am a user. I just searched the Flipkart button. I clicked on the phone. Okay, I just want to check the all phones, so I just click the phone. So means the all phone will be display to the user. So that part is the integration part. But if the integration failed, there means if I clicked on phone but it displaying TV instead of phone, so it's a glitch. So means the internal testing is not properly done there. So the unit testing and integration mostly test by the developer, but tester also tests the integration testing during the execution of the test cases. Okay, the system testing, the actual tester tests the system, testing whether the software working according to the customer requirement. Okay, like perform properly or not, the all action, all execution is matching as per the customer requirement or not. So that we will test in system testing. There is the UAT testing also. It's called a user acceptance testing. So there is two type of the UAT. One is the alpha testing and second is the beta testing. So alpha testing is a type of acceptance testing which is done before the product is released to the customer. It's done by the QA. Means most of the application, if we are going to live, so before that it will be tested by the tester. It's called a alpha testing. But the beta testing we have to test at the customer environment. Okay, one or more user, whether the all application is working properly or not. Okay, so this is called a beta testing. The beta testing conduct at one or more customer site by end user of the software. So there is a two type UAT, alpha and beta. And what is the static testing, what is the dynamic, means what is the difference between static and dynamic. So static testing involve reviewing and analyzing code, document and requirement without execution of the program. But dynamic testing require executing the software to the validate functional behavior, performance and correctness. Okay, so in static we will test the and analyze the document without executing code. But dynamic, the actual software come to the picture and tester will test the all entire flow. Okay, as per the client requirement, they will create a scenario test cases and they will execute on the platform, and they will test the all entire actual behavior of the application. When to use static, help find bug early, reduce cost. Means In static testing, if there is any glitch, if there are any misses, if we have capture, so it means reduce the cost. But that the same issue, if we not capture during the verification, it would be very costly to fix after the production. So that's why the verification testing means static testing is most important and required. And dynamic testing after code implemented means once feature completed, so the developer and tester will test. So developer will test unit and integration testing, and tester will test the on testing. Dynamic help ensure actual behavior is as during the execution testing phase. Like real life example, static testing benefit cost saving. If there is any issues, we have detect after the release. Okay, if the application already goes live, so there is we have found the issue, which is very so during the fixes that would be very costly. So in static testing, it's a cost saving. And early defect detection means if there any defect, we can detect early. In dynamic testing, improved coverage and confidence in code. Okay, that's the example. In between static testing means no code execution. In static, only document what need to review. Code execution required in dynamic testing. Find defect early. In static, find runtime defect means actual behavior of the application, so we can capture the runtime defect. Review and analysis in static testing, but actual application testing is done by the tester. Faster and cheaper. Static testing more time consuming. The dynamic testing means the dynamic testing, the tester will write the all test case scenarios as per the customer requirement, and they will execute the all test case on the application, and they will share the report whether it's a pass or failed. So this cycle will be done there. So this is important static testing and dynamic testing. So make sure to watch the video till the end, and don't forget to subscribe the channel for upcoming lesson. Thank you to watch.